So you may hear a little buzzing in the background. That's my portable unit. As you guys know, I told you my air was out. I know a lot of people was calling me laughing and saying, oh my God, I know it's hot because Houston is like hell. But anyway, it's not that bad today. One of the clients sent me a portable unit. It's in the back room and it's very cool back there, but it's actually like tolerable in my office, which is in my living room. So I was like, what a better time than shampoo my hair because it needed to be shampooed. I did not do my roots because I want to wait till closer to my birthday because my hair grows really fast. And by the time my birthday comes, that'll be back. So I said, well, let me do a conditioning treatment. There's Nosy Rosie outside my door. They so nosy. Why'd you rolling by my house like that? I keep my windows open, baby, my blinds. Don't be looking at my house like that. Got something for you. But anywho, I came on here really to talk about my experience yesterday after church. So me and my girlfriend decided, hey, we want to go have brunch. Brunch was over by the time we got there, but we had us a little dinner and we had us a little mimosa flight, which was really good. We went to Ramble Creek. If you in the the Richmond area, off of Grand Parkway, it was really good. The food was good. My burger came back medium well. I asked for well done. They remade it. It was really good. And I had, what else did I have? I'm gonna get to this story. I had, these boudin egg rolls, fire. But anyway, so we're sitting there, we're having a nice conversation, talking about how great church was, and we're talking about the release of the book, and all of a sudden, and let me just say that we were the only two African American people in there, which was fine. Everybody was really nice, bartender really nice, people around really nice. Had a nice little man, he was a veteran, he was 82 years old, he was really nice. Then these three people of African American descent walk in, and the man came in like uber loud, hey! And I'm like, oh God. You know they collect us as one. Why you gotta act like that? So evidently, let me adjust this so y'all can see me good. He had been drinking before he got there, which was his norm, because when when his daughter came in, she sat at a booth all by herself. She did not sit at the bar. He was like, you ain't gonna sit over here with your daddy? I'm back to you, Bob. You ain't gonna sit over here with your daddy. She just looked at him and rolled her eyes and sat at the booth by herself. She had to be, I can't move around and laugh too much because I got hot. All of a sudden, I forgot the air don't work. She looked at him. She was like, I'm gonna sit over here. So he came and he said, I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 shots. He brought in his brother. We will call them Heckle and Jekyll. One was 52 and one was 36. So the 52-year-old, after he sat there for a while, he kept looking at my girl, Trey. We'll call her Trey. Hey, what's your name? Trey. Okay, you sure are pretty. Thank you. We kept eating our food. And then the brother, who was 36, said, and what's your name? I said, hi, my name's Michelle. And I shook his hand. The one that's 53, we'll call him Heckle. Heckle says, she ain't trying to get her groove back. Bingo, is you trying to call me old? I didn't want him, but don't do that. Don't do that when you look at 1,000. Anywho, back to the story. So, I said, it's nice to meet you. And I turned around, I said, oh God, oh Lord. Me and Tracy whispering. So then I hear Jekyll say, Michelle gonna be my wife. What the ham and Swiss? So then he taps me, which I don't have a problem with. Excuse me, Michelle, can I ask you a question? Are you into men? What made you ask me that? What kind of vibe am I giving off? Because, okay, first of all, let me tell you, hair done. Well, I did have on a half wig because it was too hot for me to style my hair. But I was still cute. I had on a pink shirt with some bright yellow pearls and some bright yellow pants and pink shirt. I was very summertime. I was very feminine, very cute. And there's nothing against women who like women, but that's not my thing. I'm strictly dickly. It's ding dongs and not little Debbie's. And I never give off that vibe. Any of my friends will tell you about me. But anywho, back to this story. And I was like, oh, I said, wait a minute. That's how I knew he was 36. I said, well, I guess your generation does have to ask that question. But what you mean, my generation? I've dated older women before. I say, slow down, low down. That's not what I'm asking. How old are you? He kept rambling on and rambling on and rambling on. And finally, his brother said, Nickel, why don't you just answer the question? I'm going to always use the word nickel in place. You know what I mean. So he was like, I'm 36. I said, that's what I'm talking about. Your generation is a little different from mine. My generation, we normally don't have to ask that question. It's just a little different. And he was like, well, how old are you? Do you mind me asking? I said, well, I'm 53, about to be 54. Tracy said, and I'm 54. What? I said, yeah, we're older than the both of you. So we got back to, me and Tracy talking. So then he asked me if I was seeing anyone, and I lied and said yes because I didn't feel like being bothered. He was like, well, are you married? I said, no. He said, well, are you planning on getting married? I said, no, not at this time. And then he was like, well, can I have then later he asked me, can you mind if you give me a hug if I give you a hug? I said, no, thank you. It ain't about I'm trying to hit on you. I was just trying to show you a little love, give you a little God. I said, I've been with God all my life, and I spent a whole lot of time with God today at church. I just told you, I just came from church, and I don't know you, and my man would not appreciate me letting a stranger hug me. No, thank you. Well, is he insecure? I said, no. If you were my man, he said, but you ain't married to him. I said, that don't mean nothing. I still respect him. If you were my man, I would do the same thing. I would not hug anybody else because I was with you, sir, Billy Bob. So no, thank you. So then the daughter, let's get to the good part. When you gonna get to the good part? So he shouts, Heckle shouts across the bar, her mama is white. Is that cool? I said, yeah, that's cool. Oh, that must bother you. I said, no, it does not bother me. It does not bother anyone here. Evidently, it bothers you. You're the one uncomfortable with that. We don't care what color her mother is. That's when Tracy was like, oh, I said her name. That's when Tracy, we in the Twilight Zone? I said, I think we are. So is that a wig you got on? I said, that is rude. That is rude. And I said, yeah, I told him it was rude. You don't ask a woman no mess like that, whether it is or if it ain't. Mind you, it was a wig Tracy had on, but Tracy hair is like down to here. She wanted a little bob. She don't want to cut her hair, so she put on the wig. Anywho. So, well, I said, don't ever ask a woman that. Then the daughter got up and said, did you ask her that, Daddy? That is rude. And I said, oh, poor baby, I'm praying for you. She said, thank you. He embarrasses me. And he came, and I gave her a hug. I told you, bruh. No, this is motherly love. This little baby is embarrassed. Y'all knucklehead asses is embarrassing her. Good God Almighty. I'm telling you, being single, it is pee in the dating pool. I would never date any one of those Buster Browns. Then the man next to us, which he was really nice, he paid for our flights. He said, well, I got to go out here and smoke me a cigarette. I said, you have to smoke after you eat because my mother used to smoke. And he was like, yeah, since I don't have sex anymore. I'm like, whoa, didn't expect that. Then he got on his Harley and went home. Oh, after the man shouted where they live, yeah, that's my neighbor. We stay in such and such and such. So the old man was like, hey, buddy, don't be telling people where I live. I don't want random people showing up in my neighborhood. This is the kind of stuff I go through. Buy the book, A Moment in the Hourglass, available on Amazon. That was so shameless, that plug, huh? A Moment in the Hourglass, available on Amazon, August 14th, which is my birthday. Get you a copy. All right. 2 fingers. Bye.